We have people admitting to literal, like, murder in our confession.
I'm a gooner. I'm a gooner. I'm a gooner.
The police released new evidence that was found inside David's home, resulting in news of his arrest. The news wrote, a private investigator reveals that an incinerator capable of burning at temperatures of up to 1600 degrees has been found in David's home. With this piece of equipment typically used at farms, it is actually illegal for Los Angeles residents to have without a permit. This resulted in news of investigators close to the police believe famous artist David will be arrested going into 2026 for being connected to the passing of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. The details of the home the incinerator was found in is what breaks the case open and reveals the truth. The news wrote, David is allegedly not cooperating with investigators in the passing of Celeste, and police detectives have identified a second suspect in the case. David still remains a suspect because on his secret Instagram, you'll see a man named Neo everywhere. Starting on July 21st, David was with Neo at a party and rumors began circulating that they might have had a relationship together. Other photos on Instagram show David and Neo laying down together and recreating the Titanic pose.
When you're a bad person, eventually everyone finds out naturally. That's the thing about bad people, they expose themselves.
This got the news to report, it's very possible that David's friend Neo was the last one driving the Tesla. Neo wiped his social media clean of David and doesn't follow him on Instagram. People wonder if David moved on from Celeste and got with Neo, which is why they decided they had to do something with Celeste. If this was the case, they were likely worried that Celeste would have exposed David if they weren't as close anymore, which gives motive for the crime. But the case took a very weird turn when TMZ reported something completely false. Celeste was found frozen in David's car, which the LA County Medical Examiner says will likely make it impossible to determine the cause of passing. The police still see Celeste's passing as foul play and can make an arrest even if the cause is undetermined. This statement doesn't even make sense, because if she was frozen, then it would have made it easier for the medical examiner to determine the cause, but it got a lot of creators to make videos on it.
This person is a criminal. I'm sorry, it's just like, we have people literally in our confessions admitting to like whole ass crimes.
No, why does someone just do self-criminal?
Oh.
Just to confirm it was false, the police came out with a statement to say exactly that. But this had a lot of people wondering if TMZ purposely published a wrong story to further confuse everybody in the investigation, as people claim that the TMZ founder Harvey Levin is friends with David's lawyer Blair Burke. However, the private investigator came out with some new information when he wrote, on the night of December 30th into the morning of December 31st, 2024, David and Celeste were together in downtown Los Angeles, where several photos were taken in public, but there were more photos the feds got off David's electronics, which show a large group of people in the forest, which people claim was for filming a music video. However, this other photo of a shed in the middle of nowhere at nighttime caught detectives off guard. They wonder if that shed is an important location to the case and possibly where the crime happened. Because here's where it connects to Celeste. David went to the shed from his private rental home, but Celeste is rumored to have lived in the private rental too. Evidence reads, David recorded this video at the private rental in February 2025. Celeste had likely been gone for a few weeks. Also in February, he leased a red Tesla and stopped using his black one. Investigators noticed the picture frame behind him and knew it to be from the second rental home. But with the timing of the video, they believe this is his reaction to her passing. Very weird is that throughout the investigation, his parents' house was visited by the police. It turns out a crazy fan made a false police call to their house and the police had to check it out. This is very wrong to do, but it seems like someone was trying to find David's whereabouts. People believe it's a warning for what's coming his way, but it's interesting how no one publicly knows where David's been hiding out. Even the private investigator who's looked deep into the case doesn't know where he is.
Air unboxing challenge? Hey, chat, y'all ready? Count me down.
Oh! But it gets worse for David because the day Celeste was found in his Tesla, he did something unbelievable. He transferred the deed of his house to his mother's name while this was all going down. It's either terrible timing on David's part or he's trying to protect his assets in case he gets charged with the crime. However, if David does get charged, the feds can overturn the home transfer.
Grand jury is a female witness. We're unclear who she is or how she may be connected to the case, but she has been uncooperative, so much so that the district attorney is considering getting something called a body attack.
Although past interviews from David are extremely concerning. At one point, David said he wants to live on an island with no social media in 4 years, which is the exact timing of when Celeste would have been an adult and could leave the country. David likely knew she was reported missing, so if she showed up to the airport, they would have taken her if she was not an adult. But once you become an adult, you can leave the country whether you're reported missing or not. Although there's a second interview, which is worse, that came after the report. Alleged photo of David wearing a similar wig to one Celeste Rivas was wearing has surfaced online, as it looks pretty clear that the two of them wore that same exact wig at different points over the last couple years. David took that picture at an anime convention, but he took his love for anime into a weird level. He based his music videos off an anime story he wanted to create, as he claims the main guy in his music videos is his alter ego who commits serious crimes. Someone later reacted to this interview saying, "There's hundreds of crimes he could have used as his example when describing his alter ego, but he chose to say that. I can't be the only one seeing how obvious this all is, right? But what's crazy is the only online interaction we've seen from David that last 3 months was that he was playing Fortnite. It was announced. If anyone's wondering where David is at, he's lurking and playing Fortnite just recently. They looked up his account and found that he had been playing games within the hour, but people spoke about how bad of a look it is that David's only response is playing Fortnite. There's no way that's David's first response to this happening. If he wanted to prove he's innocent, he should have gone about this in a different way. But things are only getting worse for David, and people believe an arrest will happen soon. They're introducing evidence from the case to a grand jury to try furthering the case. They showed one of the last times she was seen publicly at David's concerts. As a report wrote, if this video is accurate, it means Celeste was still alive on June 27th, 2024, seen backstage at a David concert alongside his brother. Look closely, she's wearing those Hello Kitty sandals. According to her missing persons poster, her family noted she was last seen wearing Hello Kitty sandals, which makes this video very important to the case. But what's crazy is David hopped on a stream with Celeste. It was announced, a resurfaced clip of David from January 11th, 2024 shows him with Celeste Rivas on stream, where he tells the mods to delete all videos and clips after he ends the stream. There's evidence that also came from someone who used to work with David on music, as he claims that he tried calling out David in the past for another person that wasn't Celeste, but no one listened to him. Before he could really expose David, he claims David's legal team made him stop talking, as people thought this person was the missing Celeste initially, but it turns out she isn't. However, her name is also Celeste. She wears glasses and wore this Gap sweater, which is seen on the missing persons poster of Celeste. People speculate that David could have tried replacing the missing Celeste with a new Celeste in order to confuse his fans into believing she was still with him. Overall, the situation is strange, and academics gave his reaction to the names of David's song title. But with this case being widespread on social media, her brother spoke out. "Why are people lying saying that I knew more? I didn't, so I don't know why people are lying trying to make me look bad. Celeste did nothing but love me. I was one of the only people she loved. I never knew information about anything up until the last time she left."
For quite some time, a lot of people were curious as to when she could have passed away. If she passed away at the beginning of 2025, why did she only just start smelling in September of 2025? Well, according to what we are hearing from sources close to LAPD, it seems as if Celeste Rivas Hernandez was actually frozen for a period of time. Freezing up would preserve that for an extended period of time, and it seems as if she was removed from being in a frozen state and put in David's Tesla. And because of that, the medical examiner is likely not going to be able to determine a CO.